Pickle slicer.
In the pickle slicer. Ever. Alright, so how's everybody doing tonight?
Woo!
Alright, so my name is Ozzy. You can call me Ozzy, you can call me Greg, whichever. Just don't call me late for dinner, because obviously I didn't get that dad bod for nothing, okay? I'll be there. So I am one of those dreaded clerks, you know the type, Randall or Dante. Unlike those two, I've never uttered the line, I'm not even supposed to be here today, okay? They ain't got nothing on me. So, a couple of stories for you real quick. A customer comes into my job the other day, and he goes, I don't know, man. I really like some gas. Well, if that's the case, Taco Bell's right over there, okay? Or White Castle's, you know, over the hedge. Whichever. I worked in medical retail for a little while. One of the most fascinating stories was getting into a semantic argument with a blind woman who had a real hard-on for chocolate. And you'll understand coming here in a second. So she comes in and looks at me and says, yes, I'm here for some Lindor balls. I said, okay, let's go to the candy aisle. Come to find out there's no Lindor balls there. I said, ma'am, well, we have these Lindor truffles. I want Lindor balls. Ma'am, they're shaped like balls, but they're called truffles. I want Lindor balls. At this case, I'm looking at it going, shit. She's got a real hard on for chocolate, because that word balls is getting even more pronounced in every exchange that we got going on. And if I don't shut my mouth real quick, I'm going to end up cane worse than that kid over in Singapore who got busted spray painting cars with that cane of hers. So, final story that I have, well, one of the final stories that I have anyway, is about this chick who comes in, buys her stuff, and I don't know what possessed her to do it. I got no idea. But I'm sitting there at my counter, taking stock of my night. She comes in, buys her stuff, leaves, comes back, and says, sir, I think I might have dropped something in your store. Do you mind if I go take a look? Sure, go ahead. Knock yourself out. She comes back. And as she's passing my counter, she sticks her hand in her pocket and goes, can't afford to lose that. In her hand was one of the biggest bags of cocaine I've ever seen. And it was at this point, I looked at her, I said, well, you know, that's not an inexpensive habit. Thank God for that stimulus check, right? And it doesn't stop there, because she looks at me and she goes, do you want some? I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. Are you sure you don't want some? No, I'm an ADHD suffering motherfucker. Do you know what that shit'll do to me? I mean, I was in the sales game for a while, so I looked at her, I'm thinking, damn, she must be hitting it good if she's as persistent as this. She goes to leave, and before she leaves, she tries to hit me with the one last rebuttal, which was, are you sure you don't want my phone number for later? You know, I'm good. You know, I'll give you your persistence. You did a good job. Maybe try down on the corner, they'll maybe hit you up there. Who knows? The other good story that I have about my retail experience is the fact that this chick came in with one of the biggest things of Diet Coke you've ever seen. And she was nomming on some sliders from White Castle. At 2:30 in the morning, only at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning will you find yourself at a medical retail facility going, just taking a look around. I look at her, I say, well, can I help you find something? She goes, in the smallest voice, lubricant. I said, what? Lubricant. And my first thought was, don't you have enough with that Diet Coke and the sliders? Jesus Christ. But I indulged her. You know, I figured I'm going to do my job. I better go the full 9, right? So I take her around the way to the lube section, and I start to throw her some probing questions, no pun intended there. And the first thing I asked her, I said, well, are you looking for a little dessert action? She already had the main course, so why not, you know, see if she wanted some dessert with that. She goes, no, I'm good. I said, okay, what about some him and her lube? You know, no. Okay, we do have this extra gentle stuff over here. And she looks at me in the deadest of voices and goes, there's going to be nothing gentle about what I do to myself later. Duly noted. Thank you for not throwing me an invitation. It was great. Great. I really dug that job until, you know, I couldn't handle watching people walk out the door with armfuls of ass wipe anymore. So I decided to become a Dante instead. And now I look at things that I go, instead of, you know, would you like this or that? What type of smokes are you smoking today? Can I get an ID? At which, not too long ago, I got into it with a customer over an IDing aspect because she was an older lady. And she looks at me and goes, I am 71 years old. Do you really think you need to ID me for a pack of cigarettes? Ma'am, I'm doing my job. Come to find out, she goes and berates my manager later. Come to find out, who did I piss off? A civil rights attorney. Only me, right? All right, that is all my time. Thank you guys so very much.